Dr. Jen, my testicles are different sizes. One is larger than the other, and actually one also hangs down lower. Is that normal? Guys, I'm answering questions, guys and gals, I'm answering questions that you're sending me about men's health today. Really excited to do this. So for the person who wrote me this question, it's an excellent question because yes, it is very common for a man to have testicles, two testicles that are of different sizes, right? We are humans and not every part is exactly symmetrical, okay? Now, one of the things you should keep in mind is that a normal size difference between your testicles is about the size of a half teaspoon. Interestingly enough, your right testicle is, well, in most people, the right testicle is larger than the left. And not only that, but the left often hangs lower than the right. So yes, it can be quite normal to have a size difference. It can also be normal to have a length or hanging difference. What I would say is if you feel any lumps or bumps, if there's any pain, if there's something that does not seem right, one is super large, one is like any of that stuff, anything that doesn't seem normal, see your doctor. Make sure they check it out. All right, next question is, why does my scrotum shrink when it's cold? Yeah, things can get smaller when it's cold. Well, this is a really interesting answer, I think, because remember, one of the jobs of sort of the testicles is to make sperm. And to make sperm, actually, your testicles have to be at a right temperature. It's got to be at the right temperature for the sperm to be made. So when it's cold, your scrotum actually changes size
and moves closer to the body to keep warm. Interesting, huh?
Let's talk about bumps on the penis. Yeah, a lot of you ask me about this. I have some videos on like lumps and bumps that we may find down there. And a lot of you men have asked me about bumps on your penis. Now, and you said, hey, is this normal? Is this not normal? Now, unfortunately, the way YouTube works and some other social media channels, they're not too keen on me posting actual photos. So I'm sorry about this. But I want you to know and be reassured that there are a lot of different types of bumps you can have on your penis that are absolutely normal. There are some abnormal ones too, but not every bump or lump is abnormal. Let me give you an example of a normal type of bump, okay? There is a normal type of bump called pearly penile papules. These are little dome-shaped bumps that usually exist in a row underneath the head of the penis. These, they can be flesh-colored, etc. These are normal, okay? Now, there are some potentially abnormal bumps as well. That could be signs of, say, an STD or cancer or something else that can be not so great. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to let you know that there is a wide range. Also, there are things that are benign too that are lumps and bumps, right? So you could have an ingrown hair, folliculitis. You could have an abrasion, which just means the skin has sort of been sloughed off. First thing I want you to do if you find a lump or bump down there is I just don't want you to freak out, okay? Understand that you can have lumps or bumps and not every lump or bump on your penis is a bad one. But you do have to get it checked out to make sure that you get a proper diagnosis of what it is and what it isn't, okay? When is my penis going to stop growing? That's a great question because really that question's asking, when does the penis start growing and when does the penis stop growing? The penis grows most during puberty. And remember that boys start puberty, I'd say between 9 and 15. That range might be smaller depending on the source that you use, but somewhere in there is when puberty starts. And that's when boys start to get the characteristics of men. They start to develop. That's when the penis starts to grow. Now, this is the thing. Usually by the end of puberty, a man's penis really has reached its expected size. And puberty ends about 4 years or so after it starts. So for many people, like they may reach their expected size by like 19 or so years old. But there have been reports of people having their penis grow into their early 20s as well. Just understand that puberty is really the name of the game here. That's when the growth happens. Also for your testicles as well. Make sure you are seeing your doctor for anything you have questions about. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician. Please subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell for updates. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, all sorts of stuff. Follow me on those platforms as well. Also, I'm at drjencaudle.com. Sign up for my free health newsletter there, okay? All right.